I've assembled 6 of the greatest mobile games ever, and I'm going to challenge myself to create realistic versions of all of them. First, let's start with Angry Birds. We need a bird, not any old bird. It needs to be red, it needs to be flying, and a little bit angry. I think I've just hit the jackpot here. Let's cut him out. Okay, so the original has some quite bold eyebrows. I'm not going to be lazy here drawing them on, so let's grab some realistic ones. Just the ones I'm looking for. Let's just cut one of them out. And feather it. Okay, that's alright. Let's now put it into place. Okay, that's good enough. Let's duplicate it. And I'll flip it. I could make them slightly wider, can't I? There's something slightly off. I think they're just too big. Okay, that actually looks better. The original has this patch on his belly. Just gonna create a selection down here. And let's just turn it to this yellowy color. Now let's feather it. We need a sky. Now I'm going to add some radial blur. Let's just strengthen this. Now I would say this is perfect, but I don't feel like there's much motion. Maybe adding in these lines. The whole point of Flappy Road is to dodge the traffic. It's quite a tense, high-action game. And looking at the app icon, it comes off as a little boring. We need some action. Firstly, I'm going to need a picture of a chicken. Okay, the good news is I've found some chickens. The bad news is I'm finding it difficult to get close enough to take a photo and not trespass onto someone's property. I think it would just be easier to find a photo online. Now I need a photo of a car in the middle of a road. Perfect. Okay, now for the chicken. Let's just place him here. So now I'll match the colors of the scene with the chicken. Okay, that's good enough. As you can see, the shadow is facing this way, so let's create a shadow. And place it forwards just like this. I'm gonna add some depth by just blurring the background a bit. Okay, now I'm gonna add some radial blur to the car to show some movement. Right, that's a bit too much. Let's just tone that down a bit. You know what? I think that's the best one yet. What does this little guy remind you of? It reminds me of an apple that has a mouth. So let's grab an apple and remove its background. There is a shadow at this end. Let's rotate it so that the top part is lit properly. His mouth should be around here. So I'm going to just select a mouth-like shape. And let's just rub this part out. Now let's add in some teeth, and he doesn't have that many, so 4 should be enough. Okay, and now a tongue. Let's just place it just around here. Yeah. I think we might need to warp it. Let's just place some points around here. And now I should be able to just move these just above here. Perfect. Now I have to admit, I spent quite a long time looking for some good eyes, and these were the best I could find. So let's just put them into place. Let's match the perspective as well. Okay, that works. Now a rope. And some candy. Let's remove the stem. Okay, now for the scissors. The background's a bit flat, so let's just create a similar pattern to the original. And a bit of blur. Perfect. For Subway Surfers, I want to try something a bit different. I want to try and generate a picture of Biden using this new website I found. So for the prompt, President Biden taking a selfie. With his right hand, we want him to look at the camera from a high angle. And in his left hand, we want him holding a spray paint can. Right, I think it slightly misunderstood me. I mean, these are great, but that's his phone, and it doesn't really look like a spray paint can in this one. Let's get rid of the selfie part. Let's also add in that to his right is a train with graffiti. Okay, I think I'm nearly there. I'm just gonna specify that the can needs to be above his head. Okay, I think this is the closest I'm gonna get. He's not holding a can, but I might be able to fix this in Photoshop. Let's select around his arm and ask it to make him hold a graffiti bottle. That's the one. Let's make him a bit bigger. I'm just gonna select him and put it onto a new layer. I'll just select the pixels for this layer and get generative fill to remove him. That's perfect. So now let's make the train bigger. And also Biden. I now want to make some graffiti to put behind him. Biden 2024. This is perfect. Let's just download it. Right, this website looks quite dodgy and I don't want to download a virus, so I might have to just screenshot it. Okay, let's remove the background, and now I can just match the perspective. Let's blur it a little. This should be enough. I think that's finished. The last one was actually quite fun, so I want to use the same app again. For Jetpack Joyride, I can imagine Elon Musk flying around his Tesla factory. So let's start by asking it to create a photo of Elon Musk riding a jetpack towards the right, and let's get him to grin happily. Okay, I don't think it quite gets what a jetpack is. Let's try by asking it to...
2 hours later.
So, I kinda got carried away. I've generated a whole bunch of pictures, but I'm kinda stuck on which one to pick. My two favorite ones are this one, where he's flying straight towards you. You can also see he's in the same warehouse as the game. And then there's this one, which is more accurate to the original icon. Let's do a poll. Oh, it looks like this one won. Okay, now Among Us. I want to make it as realistic as possible, so let's grab a photo of a real astronaut. To begin, I'm going to cut out his shield mask thing and put it on top of this one here. Let's now stretch it into place. Just a little more. That's perfect. Okay. So now I want to use the uniform from here. I'm going to need to remove her head. I'm sorry, lady. Just select around her head and remove. Right. It's kind of just replaced her head with more suit. Oh, actually, I can use this as the top part of his head. Let's just mask out this part here, and let's stretch it into place. Now for the main body, let's mask out this area here. Okay, perfect. Now I can just fit this into place. Okay, let's use warp just to refine this. Let's put this up here. I need to make sure this is all neat. And let's just push this into place over here. Okay, perfect. Because this front area is a bit distorted, I'll just cut it out again. So I can put it over the top of the old one. Let's just rub out this side bit here. Okay. Now for the backpack. I should just be able to use the original and put it behind. Just like this. I'm just going to stretch it a bit. Okay. Also, let's add a bit of a shadow here. Just like this. Now let's turn him red. Let's create a hue and saturation layer. Okay. It's a bit faint. Maybe turning down the brightness will help. Okay, perfect. Now let's clip it. The only thing bothering me is that flag. I want to see what it looks like if I mask it out. I'm just going to select around here. And click on mask. That doesn't look right. I think the best thing to do is just get rid of it. I'm going to select around it and use content aware fill. Okay, now I'm going to bring back the red. I think instead of having a plain yellow background, maybe placing him on the moon would be more fitting. This photo matches his goggle. Let's blur it a bit, and I think that's finished.